do you see balance, not over necessarily the course of a day or a week, but over the course of a lifetime?
You have to decide what you want to do with your life. And I decided that the family was most important, church was important, the business was important. And so I would, every time I was in Washington, every night I was in Washington, I came home for dinner at 6:30. And I brought a lot of work home with me, I'll have to admit. But we had dinner with the kids, and Donna and I did, and I did the dishes, and she did the cooking. And after dinner, I went back to work. So our son David was in the first grade, and they said, draw a picture of your father at work and at play. So he drew a picture of me sitting behind a desk with a necktie on, and that was at work. And then they said, well, what about at play? So I drew a picture of me at the desk without a necktie on. So it's hard. It's really hard. And I so admire when we stand up there at Christmas time and shake hands with everybody coming to work in the early morning, to see you mothers and fathers sometimes come in with these strollers with 1 and 2 kids sometimes. And he must have got up at 4 in the morning to get down here from Frederick, get your little kids down here to daycare. And I really have such admiration for you, because you're raising a family and at the same time you're building a career. It's hard, but you can do it. You can really do it.
Yeah. And I guess probably a final question to you is around not sweating the small stuff. Over the course of a life, you learn a lot about what's not worth worrying about, but sometimes when you're in the middle of it, it's easy to get caught up with sweating the small stuff. And raising kids is a great example of where people can get wound up about little things that in hindsight don't matter. What have you learned about not sweating the small stuff?
Not a damn thing. I sweat everything.
It seems to be working.
What else do you want to talk about?
Debbie said, that would be a great question for you, Dad. Okay.